brutal truth. No one tells you. Let me hit you with something no one wants to say out loud. If you're still broke, it's not entirely your fault, but it is your responsibility. Most people are stuck living paycheck to paycheck, barely getting by, trapped in a cycle they don't even realize exists. And here's the harsh truth. Society is designed to keep you there. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why you're still broke, the 3 fatal traps keeping you stuck, and most importantly, how to break free and fix it now, no matter where you're starting from. So if you're tired of feeling like no matter how hard you work, you're always behind, stay with me until the end. What I'm about to share could literally change your financial life. Like the video, subscribe, and let's dive in. To the 3 fatal money traps, keeping you broke. Let's talk about the 3 traps that silently keep most people broke. These traps are everywhere. You've probably fallen into them without even noticing. But once you see them, you can't unsee them. First trap, lifestyle inflation. The moment people start earning more, what do? They upgrade their lifestyle. Bigger house, new car, expensive vacations. The problem is, every time your income increases, your expenses grow with it. So you're stuck in the same place, no matter how much you make. It's a trap. The rich avoid this by keeping their expenses the same and funneling the extra income into assets, not liabilities. Second trap, consumer debt credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later schemes. These are designed to make you feel like you're richer than you actually are, while silently draining your future income. The interest rates are brutal. You're not just paying for the product, you're paying for the privilege of being in debt. The rich? They avoid unnecessary debt like the plague. If it doesn't make them money, they don't finance it. Third trap, paycheck to paycheck mindset. This one is the deadliest. Most people believe their only option is to trade time for money. They work hard, get paid, pay bills, and repeat. No thought of investing, no thought of creating multiple streams of income, just surviving. This mindset is the reason people stay stuck their entire lives. Here's the truth. The rich don't depend on one income stream. They understand the power of leverage, passive income, and making money work for them. So now ask yourself, are you trapped in one of these? Lifestyle inflation, drowning in consumer debt, living paycheck to paycheck? Identifying the trap is the first step to escaping it. How society programs you to stay poor. Here's something most people never question. Why does it feel like no matter how hard you work, you're always one step behind? It's not by accident. Society is programmed to keep you poor, distracted, and dependent. Let me break it down. First, the education system. Think back to school. Did anyone teach you how to manage money, invest, build wealth, or create passive income? No. You were taught to memorize facts, follow orders, and prepare to be an employee. The system trains you to be a good worker, not a wealthy individual. The rich? They learned early to educate themselves outside the system. Books, mentors, real-world experience. That's where financial education happens. Second, media and consumer culture. Everywhere you look, you're bombarded with messages telling you to buy more, spend more, upgrade everything. New phone, new clothes, new car. You're programmed to think that happiness and success come from consumption. But while you're spending, who's getting richer? The companies, the advertisers, the banks. The rich understand this game. They don't fall for every trend. They invest instead of consuming. Third, social norms and pressure. Let's be honest. You're surrounded by people who normalize being broke. Living paycheck to paycheck is accepted. Having debt is expected. Struggling financially is seen as normal. If you start talking about investments, passive income, or financial freedom, most people will call it unrealistic. That's the trap. The rich choose their circle carefully. They surround themselves with people who think differently, who encourage wealth building, not paycheck survival. Here's the key. Once you see how society conditions you to stay poor, you can break free. You don't have to follow the script. The rich think differently. How they avoid being broke. Now that you understand how society keeps most people poor, let's flip the script. How do the rich think differently? What do they do that keeps them out of the paycheck to paycheck trap? Let's break it down into key principles. Principle 1. Assets over liabilities. Most people focus on buying things that lose value. Cars, gadgets, clothes, all liabilities. The rich focus on acquiring assets. Assets are things that put money in your pocket. Investments, real estate businesses, intellectual property. Before every purchase, they ask one simple question: will this make me money or cost me money? If it's a liability, they avoid it or minimize it. If it's an asset, they prioritize it. Principle 2, pay yourself first. Here's what most people do. They get paid, they pay bills, spend on wants, and if anything's left, maybe they save. The rich reverse it. They pay themselves first. A percentage of their income automatically goes to investments, savings, or wealth-building activities before any spending happens. It's a discipline, and over time, it compounds massively. Principle 3, multiple income streams. One paycheck is risky. One employer is risky. The rich diversify. They have income from investments, businesses, royalties, side ventures. If one stream dries up, the others keep flowing. You don't need to start with 10 income streams. Start with 2. Grow from there. Principle 4, long-term thinking. While most people look for quick gratification, the rich play the long game. They plant seeds now, knowing they might not see massive returns immediately. Investments, businesses, assets, they give them time to grow, while most people quit early. This patience is what separates wealth builders from everyone else. Ask yourself, are you focused on buying liabilities or acquiring assets? Are you depending on one income source or building multiple? Are you playing short-term or long-term? Shift your mindset, and the results will follow. 5. The wealth formula. Income, invest, reinvest, repeat. Now that you understand how the rich think, let's talk about the exact formula they use to multiply their wealth over time. It's simple, but powerful. 4 steps. And anyone can start applying this, regardless of how much they earn today. Let's break it down. Step 1. Income. Everyone starts here. The rich know that income is the seed, but they don't stop at just earning. They don't rely on only one source. They create multiple income streams over time. Active income, job, business, side hustles, passive income, investments, royalties. The goal isn't to trade more hours for more money. It's to use income as a tool, not an endpoint. Step 2. Invest. The average person earns, spends, and maybe saves what's left. The rich? They invest before they spend. Every time money comes in, a portion is directed to stocks, real estate index funds, businesses, digital products, any asset that appreciates or pays dividends. They understand that money sitting idle loses value. Money invested grows. Step 3. Reinvest. This is where compounding starts to take effect. Instead of taking profits and spending them, the rich reinvest. Dividends earned? Reinvested. Rental income? Reinvested. Business profits? Reinvested. It might seem slow at first, but over time, the returns multiply exponentially. That's why the rich get richer. They stay in the game long enough for compounding to do its magic. Step 4. Repeat. This process doesn't stop after one cycle. It's repeated consistently, month after month, year after year. The rich don't change strategies based on emotions or short-term market noise. They stick to the formula. And as income increases, the percentage invested increases. More assets, more returns, more reinvestment. It becomes a snowball effect. Example, imagine starting by investing just $200 per month in dividend-paying stocks or index funds, reinvesting every dividend, year after year, without interruption. Fast forward 10, 15, 20 years, and suddenly, that small amount is generating income on its own, without you lifting a finger. That's the power of the wealth formula. So ask yourself, are you using your income to grow assets? Or are you earning, spending, and staying stuck? You don't need to be rich to start. You need to start to become rich. 6. Starting from zero. How to apply this. Even if you're broke today, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but what if I'm broke right now? What if I don't have extra money to invest? Here's the truth. You don't need to start big. You just need to start smart. Let me show you exactly how to apply the wealth formula, even if your bank account is close to zero today. Step 1. Cut the financial deadweight. Before you can invest, you need to free up cash. Start by looking at every single expense. Ask yourself, Do I really need this subscription? Can I downgrade my phone plan? Am I spending too much on dining out or unnecessary purchases? You'd be surprised how much hidden money you're bleeding monthly. Cut ruthlessly. Every dollar you free up is a soldier that can be put to work. Step 2. Build an emergency cushion. No, I'm not saying park all your money in savings forever, but having a small emergency fund, maybe $500 to $1,000, prevents you from falling back into debt every time life throws you a curveball. Once you have that buffer, you can focus fully on growth. Step 3. Start with micro-investing. Gone are the days when investing required thousands up front. There are apps and platforms today that allow you to start with $5, $10, $50. You can buy fractional shares of big companies. You can invest in index funds with minimal amounts. The key is not how much you start with. It's about building the habit and consistency. Step 4. Increase income creatively. If cutting expenses isn't enough, the next step is boosting your income. Not by working more hours at a job you hate, but by freelancing, selling skills online, offering a simple service, starting a low-cost side hustle, creating content, digital products, or affiliate marketing. There are countless ways to generate extra cash without a huge upfront cost. Use every extra dollar to feed your investments. Step 5. Reinvest relentlessly. Even small dividends or profits. Reinvest. Don't fall into the trap of spending every time you see returns. Stay focused. The snowball effect works over time, but only if you stay disciplined. Key takeaway: you don't need to wait until you're ready or until you're earning 6 figures. Start where you are. Cut liabilities. Increase income streams. Invest and reinvest consistently. That's how you break the cycle, even starting from zero. 7 case studies. Real examples of people who broke the cycle. Example 3. The content creator leveraging multiple streams. Another example is a YouTuber who began making videos on finance while working a regular 9-to-5 job. The channel grew slowly, generating a small ad revenue stream. Instead of spending it, he reinvested in better equipment, courses, and more content. He added affiliate marketing, launched a digital product, and by year 2, had replaced his job income entirely. Multiple income streams, all built step by step. What do all these people have in common? They didn't wait to have enough. They took small, consistent actions. They focused on building assets, reinvesting returns, and staying patient. That's how wealth is created in the real world. 8. Final wake-up call. What happens if you don't act now? Now let's be honest. Everything I've shared with you today is simple. Not necessarily easy, but simple. But here's the thing. Most people will watch this video, nod their heads, feel motivated for a moment, and then go right back to the same habits. Living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, trapped in the same cycle year after year. Let me be blunt. If you don't take action now, nothing changes. 5 years from now, you'll still be wondering why you're broke, still working harder without getting ahead, still feeling like financial freedom is out of reach. But it doesn't have to be that way. You've seen the traps. You've learned the formula. You've seen real examples of people who broke free. The question is, are you going to keep doing what everyone else does? Or are you ready to flip the script and take control? Start small, cut expenses, invest consistently, reinvest relentlessly. This isn't magic. It's discipline, it's mindset, it's action. And it starts today. It's one thing to hear strategies, but it's another to see how real people applied them and completely transformed their financial lives. Let me share a few powerful examples. Example 1. The freelancer turned investor. There's the story of a graphic designer who was living paycheck to paycheck, barely covering rent and bills. Instead of staying stuck, she decided to cut unnecessary expenses, canceled subscriptions, downsized her lifestyle, and started setting aside just $100 a month. She invested in index funds consistently. Within 3 years, not only had her investment portfolio grown, but she also used her skills to create digital products and an online course, adding an extra income stream. What started small compounded into a steady, reliable income source. Example 2. The minimum wage worker building passive income. A man earning minimum wage realized that no matter how much he worked, his job alone wouldn't build wealth. He started a side hustle reselling products online, using profits to invest. Over time, he diversified. First, investing in dividend stocks. Then, purchasing a small rental property through partnerships. Now, his rental income covers his basic expenses, and his job income is free to keep growing his portfolio. All starting with minimal capital and consistent reinvestment. If this video opened your eyes, don't just leave without taking the next step. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more real strategies. And drop a comment below. Let me know which step you're going to apply starting today. Remember, your financial future isn't decided by chance. It's decided by the actions you take right now. See you in the next video.